the man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination. So what's happened along that process? You've learned to love the journey, right? You love the journey. Man, when you love the journey, the goals just happen. You hit milestones as a side effect, right? Because it doesn't matter. At that point, I don't care if I can lift this much weight or run this fast. I mean, that's cool and it's great and I love it, but I don't love it as much as I love the journey. I love the journey. What does the journey consist of? Sucking at something, failing, getting better, learning, start a new journey, start it over, do it again. Oh, the journey now involves I'm aging. My joints hurt. How do I figure that out? Oh, the process. Here we go. And so when you fall in love with the journey, everything else takes care of itself.
Hey everyone, so I just thought I would put together about a handful of stretches that you could do on a daily basis that keeps your body moving nicely, feeling really, really good, and also some of my favorite go-to daily stretches that I've come across on the Pliability app. So let's start from the ankles. So you're coming forward so that your knee, if you were to come into a lunge, your knee is going to be pushing over your toes. You're going to actually feel a bit of a stretch through your groin, but we're really focusing on keeping that heel down to the ground. And if you want a little bit more intensity into the stretch, you can obviously bring your torso down onto your quad and you just push your knee further closer to the ground. Again, it's really important to make sure that that heel is staying on the ground, because if it starts to move forward, we're not getting that stretch that we're looking for in the ankle. And it really depends on, how much time you have throughout the day. It depends on, like where you're at. You can hold this stretch for about 30 seconds or to about 90 to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So make sure though, throughout this whole video, you'll notice that I'm doing it on both sides. It's super important. Even though you may have a tighter side, say, your right side's tighter than your left, that's okay. You can spend a little bit more time on that tighter side. However, I highly encourage you to make sure that you're stretching both sides and ensuring that, you're staying equal throughout the whole body, because say if you prioritize one particular side, it can also cause and lead to more injury, because if you're only focusing and prioritizing one particular area, then that's going to cause more problems and like a lot more restrictive movement on the other side. So that's a really great stretch, very simple for the ankle. Now we're going to go back to being still very simple. You're actually going to bring that knee up so that it's actually directly over the ankle versus it being over the toes. And you're going to you can drop your knee back if you wish, okay? Just so that there is a little bit more distance between your feet. And you're going to drop this hip forward. So what this is doing, you'll feel a pulling sensation in through the hip and the groin area. So if you have really tight hip flexors, I also can feel it in through my hamstrings a little bit. And the longer you hold the pose, you can actually push that knee out a little bit, obviously not overdoing it. It's important when you're stretching to make sure that when you are doing your stretches, don't overforce it, because you never want to cause any more injury, or you don't want to, put your body through too much strain. So just really breathing into it, slowly getting deep into those stretches is really important. And again, holding from about 30 to 2 minutes, I find is really, really good. Obviously you can do it for more, but that's my go-to, so that I'm not just sitting in one particular pose for the whole duration, and of course doing it on both sides. So I know that this side feels a little bit more tighter, so I'll stay on this side for a little bit longer. Again, I don't mind every 30 seconds just changing it up a little bit, where I push the knee out a little bit. I can feel it more in the groin here on this side. You can also come down onto your elbows if you want to feel more of a stretch. It depends. You might be very flexible already. and you may find that you don't even feel it, you know, when you're sitting up like this. You can, one important point is making sure that your shin's actually quite vertical. You don't want it to be over your toe like our previous stretch, or you don't want it to be too far back, because you want to make sure that you got nice angles when you're stretching. And then you can also, if you feel like you need to drop the hip a little bit more, bringing that torso up can really help with that, and it will just allow you to drop into your hip stretch a lot more as well. From there, we're going to move up into the shoulders. So you can lay down on your belly, okay, stretching your arm out and actually flipping over so that you can really feel the sensation through your chest, okay? So as you're feeling this sensation through your chest, you're wanting to not overdo it either, but you can manipulate how intense you want to be by, you know, really twisting over, or, you know, actually just like laying there and putting a little bit of a stretch into that chest and pec area. Opening that chest up is so important, particularly for those that have more of a desk job. I'm going to make sure I do both sides, but I just want to make sure that I'm actually talking to you, telling you the benefits of this stretch. What happens is when we get really tight in our chest, we tend to curl over, and we find that we're not getting a really nice posture, especially for those that are constantly working or, you know, at a desk job doing things on the computer. We forget, and we're in a bad habit of having our shoulders rotated in. So we're wanting to rotate them out, but if they're very tight, this is a perfect stretch to really loosen up that chest area and allow you to have that really nice posture. So again, make sure you do it on both sides. Moving on from the chest, so you'll do that. We're going to go into our lats. So you can come down, and they call this the puppy dog. So if you want it to be a little bit more intense, you can obviously grab like a block and put your hands on top so that your chest can actually drop further down. But you're going to come down, you're going to stick your butt in the air, and you're going to just press your chest into the ground, and you should really feel that sensation all through your lat area. And that really helps bring that chest and open up that chest up a lot more. It allows you to sit back into a really nice position through your shoulders. And you know, when you have really tight lats, that can lead to a lot of upper back, some trap problems, particularly when you're moving and you're, you know, doing a lot of busy things in your busy schedule. So making sure that you're actually nice and loose in the upper body is super important as well. So guys, that is, you know, a handful of movements that I tend to do on a daily basis that help with my posture, help loosen up, you know, my body, and allow my joints to really feel quite mobile going into my training. But even on rest days when I don't necessarily need to go into the gym, it just allows me to feel really good throughout the day. And I think, you know, it only takes a small amount of time to dedicate to stretching on a daily basis to feel and move better in general. So I highly recommend that you guys try it out. And please comment below if you have any further questions or you would like any further tips. You know, maybe you have a tight back, we can definitely do some stretches that can help, you know, help with that tightness in the back. But guys, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, that's okay. Make sure you double tap that dislike button, and I'll see you in the next video.